more than a number.
I wanted to make sure that my mom had a face and a name.
It doesn't hurt any less 4 years later.
A new exhibit draws attention to lives lost from COVID-19. See how this effort started in Irving is spreading nationally. Where the Heart Is.
I've said, thank you for your service. Enjoy your new home.
People are writing messages to surround an injured veteran with love. Hear what the family is saying about the gesture. From the links to the rink.
There's no preparation when you're putting on ice. When the ball goes left, right.
Famous athletes, including DeMarcus Ware, take on a mashup of multiple sports, all to draw attention to a big event coming to Irving. Plus, why this team is preparing the world's largest moon pie.
It has about 128 eggs in it. There's actually about 40 pounds of unsalted butter in it.
Now on City Source. A race returning to Irving is made for you to enjoy with your dogs. Hello and welcome to City Source. I'm Thomas Gandy. We will preview the 5K-9 event later, but first, an experience that helps make a house a home. The City of Irving is again teaming up with Operation Finally Home and other partners to provide a mortgage-free home to an injured veteran. We were there to see how people are paying tribute to his service while the home is under construction.
Choose your favorite color now.
I want them to know that they are welcome in the community.
Meaningful messages.
I want them to know that we appreciate what they've done.
Words of welcome.
I just hope that they feel appreciated.
And gestures of gratitude.
I've said, thank you for your service. Enjoy your new home.
All of these notes are for Army veteran Semisoni Lalea. We first met him and his wife, Anavale, also a veteran, last August when the nonprofit Operation Finally Home surprised them with the news they would receive a mortgage-free home in the city of Irving. With construction progressing, people are turning out for one of Operation Finally Home's signature events called Notes of Love.
It just kind of wraps the house in love. It kind of lets the family know that the community is behind them.
I hope that they know that we're happy to have them here. We're excited that they're making Irving home.
We really appreciate all the great work that Operation Finally Home does to help recognize our veterans and the great sacrifice that they have made for our country.
The city of Irving has been such a good partner with us. We're on our third project of hopefully many more to come.
To me, it really is what Irving is about. To be able to give this to them so that they understand their sacrifices really mean something, and we're very appreciative of it.
And this is usually the time when the family receiving the home would walk in, get a look at the construction progress, and read some of the messages that people left. In this case, the Laleas live in Alaska, so it isn't really practical for them to come in for the day. But we're connecting in a different way.
God, it's beautiful. Oh my goodness, that's the backyard? Oh, wow.
We gave them a virtual tour of the progress on their home.
They did an amazing job.
And we shared highlights from Notes of Love.
We appreciate each and everyone for coming near and far to sign the walls for our house.
The Laleas will have a chance to read them all.
We're going to have a photographer come in. They're going to take pictures of every one of the notes. We'll put them in a book, present that to the family at the dedication.
For your service, we honor you and your family. Welcome home.
Previous Operation Finally Home recipients know the Notes of Love make an impact.
Within the walls, I know they're there, and I know how blessed I am to have them there, so it's a huge deal.
So it means so much. It means that people are taking the time out to come out to celebrate us. And for this great family, we're celebrating them to welcome them home.
And that will happen after crews complete construction this summer.
And we can't wait to be a part of Irving community.
Really nice to see. And the Laleas tell me this will be their first home. Right now, they are living on a military base in Alaska. You can find my extended interview with the family and watch related stories on our Operation Finally Home playlist at youtube.com/the City of Irving. More than 1 million people in the U.S. died from COVID-19. That number is from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Those who have loved ones say that number does not tell the whole story. While the pandemic is no longer making daily headlines, they say their grief persists. We heard from some of them during the opening ceremony for a new exhibit.
Behind every single one of these pictures, there's a story.
Marking the date COVID-19 was declared a national emergency.
This is the official day 4 years ago that we started seeing our world change.
Rosie Davis is opening a new memorial called More Than a Number at Irving's Jack D. Huffman Building.
I want our community to know that their loved ones matter. Thank you all for coming.
The opening ceremony is attracting people from around the country.
I'm from upstate New York, from Tucson, Arizona. I came from Florida to be here today.
Deborah McCoskey-Reisert says time is not easing the grief of losing her brother.
Bobby was extra special. He was intellectually disabled, so even though he was 55, he was a big kid. He was a Salvation Army bell ringer. That was his favorite passion. I reached out to my mom and I begged her to fix my broken heart. She said she couldn't because her heart was broken too. On April 6, 2022, COVID snuck in and stole my mom too. Even though it's tragic that they were both taken by COVID, it's beautiful that they're remembered together in this memorial. There's a sadness that never goes away.
Along with seeing their loved ones on these pillars, they also take comfort in each other because they say COVID brought unique complexities to their grief.
I wanted to see her face one last time and to know that my mom sat in a freezer for a month. That is what fueled me to start Yellow Heart Memorial, because I knew there were other people out there just like me. Some of your stories are worse than mine. I wanted to make sure that my mom had a face and a name.
I didn't get to be with my dad. I had COVID. I accidentally brought it home. I was my dad's caregiver, and had I known, that's my biggest thing.
A very cruel virus that a lot of people today mock and still make fun of.
While there are always a lot of tears, keeping memories alive can bring smiles.
As hard as it is to get up here, and I said I would not do it, he would have said, "Why did you not get up and talk about me?" He would have been.
This exhibit will be at the Irving Archives and Museum through April 7th. But even after it goes, this facility will continue to play a role. The city announced that the Irving Archives and Museum will serve as the permanent archival repository for the Yellow Heart Memorial.
By doing so, we commit ourselves to documenting this chapter of our history, not only for the sake of remembrance, but as a source of education for the generations to come.
What started out on this wall behind me is now something that's gone across the country.
Rosie Davis and her mother lived in Irving, so this is where she started the Yellow Heart Memorial in 2021. This simple beginning led to permanent memorials and big events nationwide. Now, she has a lot of plans for this current exhibit.
So the goal is to make this an actual traveling memorial. We want to circulate it in Texas and then just see where it goes from there. And I've heard so many times how I've helped so many, but you guys have helped me.
Together, they are sharing loss, lessons, love, and light through the Yellow Heart Memorial. Rosie Davis is planning a national COVID remembrance walk. That's coming up in Tucson, Arizona on September 14th. In advance of Irving's general municipal election on May 4th, ICTN invited all city council candidates to participate in an election forum. We will be posting that on our YouTube channel and running it on ICTN Now on cable for everyone to watch. Here is a list of candidates in the order they will appear on the ballot. A drawing determines that order. In District 4, the candidates are David Gutierrez, Jesus Martinez, Darrell Plunkett, Susan Motley, Luis Canosa, and Gustavo Gus Garcia. In District 6, the candidates are Albert Zapanta and Khalid Khan. And in District 8, the candidates are Khalil Ahmed and Dennis Webb. Also on that May 4th ballot will be a proposition for the issuance of $200 million in bonds for a City Hall complex project. The current City Hall is 50 years old and requires increasing costs for maintenance. If approved by voters and based on current assumptions, there will be a property tax increase of about 1.81 cents. That would impact the average single-family home by around $40 per year. There is a voter guide available in English, Spanish, and Vietnamese at cityofirving.org/City Hall. Paper versions are available at City Hall and at some Irving libraries and rec centers. Here are some dates to keep in mind. The deadline to register to vote in the May election is April 4th. Early voting runs April 22nd through 30th. Candidate information and Irving Vote Center locations are posted at cityofirving.org/elections. Seems like just about everyone is talking about the upcoming total solar eclipse on April 8th. Irving is planning 2 events, one at Levy Event Plaza and another at Heritage Park. Both run from noon until 3 p.m. They are called Total Eclipse in the Park. Of course, the highlight will be the actual eclipse, during which the sky will turn dark around 1:40 p.m. Free glasses will be available for safe viewing. Both events will feature a lot of fun activities. During the celebration at Levy Event Plaza, hosted by Visit Irving and the Las Colinas Association, attendees will get to sample the world's largest moon pie. We were in the kitchen at the Irving Convention Center as the team tested their recipe.
We are working on the world's largest moon pie.
This is for our viewing event at Levy Plaza on April 8th for the total eclipse. We did a lot of research into it. This is a little bit larger than the largest moon pie that was made, which I believe was at the University of Tennessee game.
We've been working on this for about a month now. We haven't been successful yet in our other attempts. It's a trial and error to make one that is 5 feet in diameter, that is able to be cut and eaten by people in the public, and it's sticky. You have a graham cracker crust and you have a marshmallow inside with another piece of graham cracker crust on top of it. So it's pretty basic, but it's very difficult to make. This is the hardest step. We've added mini marshmallows in with the bucket marshmallow, and it gives it a little bit of a cushion so that when we set that top layer on, it kind of sits up.
Chef, you're used to making these elegant meals for convention center guests. They tell you you're going to make a moon pie. What was your first reaction?
I was like, wow. I never thought about it.
This moon pie consists of about 128 eggs, 40 pounds of unsalted butter in it, and 16 pounds of brown sugar, along with 60 pounds of all-purpose flour. These 60 pounds of marshmallow, about 40 pounds of melted chocolate.
Yes, man, I don't think we're gonna need all this, so I ended up that we need more than that.
Are there arguments over who gets to lick the bowl?
Yeah, and who gets to lick the beaters and all of that.
It's kind of been a joke every time we make one.
I don't think the first couple of test runs anyone wanted to sample it. It didn't turn out very well.
But we're getting there.
We're getting there.
I've eaten quite a bit of moon pie over the past few weeks.
We wanted to do something different. It evolved to, let's showcase what we can do here. Let's highlight our fabulous chef. It's a once-in-a-lifetime event.
On that day, we want them to be just as thrilled to see the size of a moon pie sitting there and have some real fun with it.
Yeah, they're having fun with that project. And just to recap, the local celebrations are at Levy Event Plaza and Heritage Park. That massive moon pie will be at Levy. They run from noon until 3 p.m. Organizers recommend bringing a lawn chair or blanket. Also, please note that non-essential city services will be suspended from noon until 3 p.m. on Monday, April 8th because of the eclipse. Irving City Hall, libraries, and municipal court are among the facilities that will be closed during that time. In an emergency, call 911. The Las Colinas Association is expecting a bigger turnout than ever before for this year's Paz Colinas 5K-9. As you see in this archive video, the event always draws an enthusiastic crowd of people and pets. This year, road construction is prompting organizers to move the event to Levy Event Plaza. The larger venue will accommodate more participants. There are awards for competitors. Top finisher and best dressed dog are among them.
We will still have our dog pins because we know those pups are really energized pre and post race. We'll have treats for runners, treats for the pups, of course, lots of fun giveaways, frisbees, bandanas, lots of fun swag for the pups, in addition to some pup-friendly vendors that'll be on site.
This year's event benefits Canine Companions, which provides service dogs to people and organizations. Paz Colinas 5K-9 is on Saturday, April 20th. The festival starts at 6:30 a.m. and the race starts at 8 a.m. Register at irvingmarathon.com. Free tickets are available to this year's Invited Celebrity Classic. And to help people get a sense of the fun of the event, Irving-based Invited hosted a media day, and this one had a twist. Watch our coverage from a frozen fairway. Clearly, Mark Hinsby knows golf. He won last year's Invited Celebrity Classic in Irving. But this is something different. We're on the hockey rink at the American Airlines Center.
I've never been on ice before, so this is interesting.
Now, do you have any strategy out here today?
I have none.
He is joining other star athletes for a unique competition.
There's no preparation when you're putting on ice.
Here we go again, doing something I've never done before.
You can tell he's a professional golfer.
The challenge is to get a golf ball across the ice and into the goal.
Oh, look at this.
The problem being an athlete is you always think I can I can do it, and not so much today.
All of this is to generate funds for children's charities and generate attention for the Invited Celebrity Classic, the golf event coming to the Las Colinas Country Club April 15th through 21st. The athletes competing in this challenge are all returning for this year's Classic. What made you want to come back?
When we were talking about just the experience of having all your fans come back out to enjoy, either get an autograph or a laugh, but also changes somebody's day with just a smile, that's the reason why I do it.
I mean, it's really a pretty remarkable opportunity to go hang out literally with your favorite athletes and your favorite celebrities.
I think it creates more interest when you got that sort of atmosphere, I guess, with athletes from other sports. I think it's pretty cool.
Irving's a great place. I mean, it's a jewel here on the Dallas Metroplex. And of course, Las Colinas Country Club is a magnificent club. We've done so much there. So it's great to show it off.
The coach that I know very well, still a member there.
On the celebrity side, Tony Romo won last year. How's your game? Should Tony Romo watch out?
No, Tony's good. He's good. He doesn't have to worry about me, no doubt about it. Well, I can still hit it. I just don't know where it's going.
But in this challenge, Team NFL did win, thanks in part to this student's perfect shot.
This is good. This is good. Yeah!
So First Tee Fort Worth received $5,000. Runners-up First Tee of Dallas and Momentous Institute also received donations. And everyone here is looking forward to the fun and competition.
We're just thrilled to be hosting again
at this year's Invited Celebrity Classic in Irving. Again, the Invited Celebrity Classic is April 15th through 21st at the Las Colinas Country Club. Free tickets are available at invitedcelebrityclassic.com. Upgraded paid ticket options are also available.
Lay down, Sally, rest your in my arms. Don't you think you want some?
The Music on Main concert series is returning, and that means live music at Heritage Park each Friday night in April. The city's special events team recommends bringing a lawn chair or blanket to enjoy the music, and feel free to get up and dance. Here's the lineup. April 5th, it's the Wanda King Big Band Review. April 12th brings the Selena Forever Tribute Band. Then April 19th, it's Watusi. And the series wraps up on April 26th with Barefoot Nation, a tribute to Kenny Chesney. All shows start at 7 p.m. and food trucks will be on site. Kids Rock the Block is coming up on Friday, April 12th, and this year it will be in a new location, the Irving Police Athletic League. It's a fun event that is designed to draw attention to resources available in the community. It is hosted by Irving's Family Advocacy Center. More progress as Irving elevates aquatics and recreation. At its most recent meeting, City Council approved a construction manager at risk for the new indoor swimming pool at Center Park. The construction manager at risk is hired to oversee a project through completion. Having one is intended to shorten the overall project timeline. The pool at Center is one of 4 major projects, including this one at Lee Park. You can read more about at cityofirving.org/playirving. Residents have a chance to weigh in on city services, facilities, and other topics. The 2024 Resident Survey opens April 3rd. The City of Irving conducts a survey every 2 years. It serves as a customer satisfaction report card and a resource allocation tool. Access the survey at cityofirving.org/survey. It closes on May 1st. Atmos Energy says April is National Safe Digging Month, and it is providing safety tips that are timely as many people do landscaping projects this spring. Atmos says call 811 prior to starting any excavation project so lines can be marked. Digging without knowing the approximate location of underground utilities can result in disruptions to critical services, serious injuries, and costly repairs to underground utility lines. Also, plan ahead. Call several days in advance so crews have a chance to get to your location before you start digging. The next Irving City Council meeting is on April 11th. Work session starts at 1 p.m., then the City Council meeting starts at 7 p.m. at City Hall. Keep in mind that ICTN always brings those meetings to you live. Online, find them at ICTN.tv. On cable, find ICTN meetings on Spectrum Channel 95 and Frontier Channel 31. Irving's two celebrations called Total Eclipse in the Park are expected to draw thousands of people. On the next City Source, see some of the fun. Also, we will hear from runners who participated in the Irving Marathon, and we'll have coverage of the Don't Mess with Texas Trash Off. Those stories and much more next time on City Source. Remember, you can always email us your thoughts on our stories. The address is ictn@cityofirving.org. Also find us on YouTube at youtube.com/thecityofirving. We are always adding new content, so it's a good idea to subscribe. And while you're there, hit that like button on the videos you watch and leave us some positive comments to show us some love. And you can look for updates on events and initiatives across the major social media platforms at the City of Irving. And that's it for this edition of City Source. Thanks for watching. Stay healthy, and we'll see you next time.